It has been hit.
It's been completed. Yeah. We have to do the same every week. It's just low maintenance.
Just kind of casually.
Hullabaloo.
Yeah.
Get in here and just, make it happen, Captain. All right, switch it over. What do you got? I'm interested to see what you...
Okay, so...
You were so happy. You were so...
So last week I talked about the 10, hippest cities. I found the actual article.
Oh, yes. Let's go.
So, give me just a sec.
Let's pull this up. Yeah, this is going to be... I'm excited because I wanted to know... I want to see what the descriptions are. This is hilarious to me.
So this is from a moving app, and it says the hippest cities in the U.S. everyone under 30 wants to move to.
Oh, gross.
So
some cities are known for being a haven for hipsters, like Seattle, Washington, and Portland, Oregon.
And then there's Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Boise, Idaho.
Wow, Albuquerque coming in.
So this is coming from MoveHub. It says rank the coolest cities in the country based on factors like number of tattoo parlors, vegan stores, microbreweries, and thrift shops per 100,000 residents, as well as rent demand.
Gross. I don't even want to know. It's going to make me want to move out of the city.
So there's 20. It starts out with Seattle, Washington.
Albuquerque, New Mexico. Keep going. Reno, Nevada. Tampa, Florida. Oh, Tampa, Florida?
That doesn't strike me as...
What?
Hip. That seems more like...
Well, look at it. Here, scroll down. Beautiful city located on the state's Gulf Coast. One of the hippest areas of the city. It's known for cigar factories and Cuban, Spanish, and Italian-inspired restaurants.
It seems like more like upscale, though.
Yeah, I would say. Well, I mean, at the same time, as high as rent is, if you can afford to live there. Huntsville, Alabama.
We have Santa Rosa, California. Tuscan, Arizona.
Tucson, buddy.
Oh, yeah, I'm like...
It's all right. Knoxville. Yeah, keep going. I want to see top 10.
12 is Portland. That should have been top 10.
Portland falling 12 is weird to me.
Yeah. Portland, Oregon is a go-to when you think of hip cities in the U.S. There are coffee, roasteries, breweries, and plenty of vegan restaurants for residents to enjoy. Now we have Orlando, Florida. Again, that seems more just kind of I don't know.
Well, all of these, put them on the list, but they're all ranking above anywhere in Portland or Washington.
Yeah.
Vancouver is crazy. Have you been to the new downtown Vancouver yet?
The waterfront?
Yeah.
No.
The waterfront. It's cool, man, but it's super high end. It's oh man, they really...
It looks fancy. I've been meaning to go down there.
It was a $2.3 million project, which is for a waterfront park.
I'm sure it's
crazy.
Does it seem worth it?
It's depends on what you would gauge as worth it.
Okay.
Would you think that government dollars, state dollars, going to $2.3 million going to put a new waterfront whole park in? Worth it.
There might be areas.
There might be areas that you could spend that $2.3 million. I don't know. I'm not the one that makes the decision, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Atlanta, Georgia.
Keep going. Spokane, Washington. Okay, it's a college town. That makes sense. It's a college town. A couple colleges actually. Tacoma surprises me.
Yeah. So last week I had
said
Yakima. That was not right.
Because I was like, that's farm country, bro. There's no way.
It was some area in Washington that I was just kind of surprised at. Tacoma was I did say that last week, but Spokane was the one that I messed up on.
Right, that makes sense.
So Richmond, Virginia, Boise, Idaho,
Cincinnati, Ohio coming up,
and then here we get to the bottom two: Salt Lake City, Utah, which is actually I think where my mom was born.
Huh. Vegan stores to microbreweries, Salt Lake City has plenty to offer for its millennial residents. Wow.
And then the granddaddy number one.
That's downtown. That's on the waterfront. That's over by beaches. That picture.
Yeah, I've been around there.
Yeah. Number one spot due to its density of tattoo parlors and microbreweries. It's also a city that's growing in popularity and gaining plenty of new residents. Oh my gosh. It has experienced a 16.2% year-on-year rent demand increase. Get out of our city.
According to MoveHub. I drive, when I go to school, I pass by a decent amount of areas, and I can count probably 3 or 4 tattoo parlors that I pass by.
Oh, tattoo parlors, dispensaries, and places that say they have good beer. It's out of control. It's crazy. But we've been here for so long that it's just kind of becoming weird to us. Like, I remember 192nd before the Costco was built, and like Union was there.
Oh yeah, that's like when we moved over here, it was, I want to say like 2000, and because we were originally living. Okay, so I mean we've been in Vancouver, but to this particular area where I'm at, we were kind of towards like the Vancouver Mall area in apartments, and then we moved over to kind of like First Street, and then there wasn't anything over here, like
nothing,
no
dude.
Walmart,
no dude.
I think Shahala had just got or was close to being finished.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And now look at this place. It's like you can't even walk 5 miles without hitting a new development or a homeless person.
New restaurants.
Old restaurants that are closed and then open up as new restaurants.
It is cool seeing like a Chick-fil-A get built, and I kind of wonder what's like the next big chain that'll pop up in here.
As soon as In-N-Out comes here, I'm leaving.
Really?
Yeah, I'm out. Peace.
Do you not like In-N-Out?
Not a fan. I think it's a big the experience causes people to think that it's better than it actually is. The food itself, low quality. You go there for the experience.
I think the food is fairly good.
I've had better burgers, bro. Five Guys, in my opinion, is better than there.
Okay, well, talking about the value of what you get. This is a great segue to the next thing I wanted to show you.
Pull it up.
So this is a fast food tier list that I found. This comes from a YouTuber named iDubbbz who did a fast food tier list, and it's kind of been making the rounds. And so other people have been placing the fast food chains where they think they go, and so it's been kind of fun to see what people think of certain restaurants.
Okay. So what are the criteria? Let's do this. So because I already off the bat I see a place like Chipotle on there. I see a place like Subway, White Castle. So are we gauging this on just our personal opinion of the food, or are we gauging this on like is this like
So this is what I wanted to ask you. I wanted to see if you wanted to do this criteria based off of food or kind of like the aesthetics of it.
Okay, I'm going to go food and overall experience while you're there.
Okay.
Because some of these places you go for the experience of like you're out of towner. And so for me, that's what In-N-Out is. It's like an out of towner. I'm not from there, so if I go there, it's because there's none around me.
So would you factor in like a fast food places like social media presence or
Right.
You do want to factor
I would just yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what about business practices?
Business practices also because
okay,
it's
so
how
we're
the
just
business
doing.
is ran. Let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
All right. So we're
number
start with
one,
Arby's. Okay. So fun fact: I just had Arby's today.
Yeah.
It was okay, but the problem with this list is I'm a mood kind of guy, and so for me, food sounds good when it sounds good, and then when it doesn't sound good, I never want to eat there or think about that restaurant. So I'm gonna put Arby's as a low because it puts me in. It doesn't engage. It doesn't elicit a real excited response.
And then for the record, the tier list goes S tier, which is like the highest caliber
Superb.
you can give.
Let's give it superb.
And then A, B, C, D, E, and F. F being the absolute worst.
Failure.
Why would you go here?
Dog poo.
So for Arby's, I would say a D ranking, mainly because they have amazing curly fries, but the rest of their menu, like the sandwiches, I don't get crazy for them, and I really am into their like chicken sandwiches. They used to have the popcorn chicken, and that was pretty good.
I agree with the curly fries. However, Jack in the Box is a competitor for curly fries.
Well, we'll get to Jack in the Box.
I'm just saying. So I'm gonna agree with you. I would say Arby's is a D.
Now I will say their social media presence on Twitter. Whoever is running their Twitter account, amazing. They like make these cardboard statue cutouts. Like if a new video game comes out, they'll make this weird statue out of like Arby's cardboard, and it's super cool. So That's why, it doesn't go any lower, but I think D is fairly okay for its ranking.
Yeah. See, I only know of a Twitter person because I'm not really big into Twitter really at all. I know that Wendy's has a fire Twitter, but that also, Wendy's is a rapper, so...
Oh, yeah, they had the album.
Yeah. Yeah, so all right, we'll get to that. Next up, Burger King.
Burger King it could be better. And I feel like it's never the way it looks on the picture. And not just visually, but I feel like, they put out a commercial and they'll show a new item or whatever. And you go there and it's never as good as you think it to be. And so I would say they're wildly inconsistent.
Wildly inconsistent. However, do you like spicy chicken sandwiches at all?
Oh, yeah. I'm big on that.
They have a 2 for $6 there. And they're not bad. I'll be honest with you. They're about that thick and they're filling. And so I'm going to say for me, Burger King is like a C.
I'll agree with the C.
Yeah, because like they have their moments. And that's another thing. If they're wildly inconsistent, fine. But there is going to be those times where it's going to be awesome. And for me, it's only awesome when it's like something that I've been craving.
All right, so we give Burger King a C.
Burger King's a C.
Next up, Little Caesars.
Ooh.
Boy, let me tell you. I love me some Little Caesars. Not that it's the best pizza around, but for $6, how could you pass that pie up?
Well, I used to eat Little Caesars quite a bit before I became lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
This is a fun piece because I like Little Caesars and their crazy bread. Get the French toast out of town, my guy. That junk is so good.
Little Caesars gets a lot of hate because, and I hate the argument people say, "Oh, it tastes like cardboard." I'm like,
It's $6.
Are you eating cardboard to evaluate this test?
How many pieces of cardboard have you eaten to be a good person to speak on the cardboard taste?
Yeah. So for $6 and the value, I gotta give Little Caesars the C.
Okay, I'll agree with that. Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr.
Question: have you ever had the breakfast burger from Carl's Jr.?
No.
It is a burger with hash browns on it.
Yeah, this is
and it's got an egg.
Scrambled egg. For some reason, I thought you said burrito.
Breakfast burger.
That sounds.
It's
what's
so
the meat?
good. It's a hamburger.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really good.
I don't know how I would like to wake up my day starting with that meal.
Yeah, it's like a 10 or 11 o'clock. I used to eat a lot of Carl's Jr. when I would come home and then be hungover or stoned. So Carl's Jr. to me now is not a huge fan of it, but I would say it's better than I would say a D. It at least ranks because I don't eat Carl's Jr. a lot.
My thing with Carl's Jr. is that it's probably even more inconsistent than Burger King because there are times where like I'll order the burger and it's really good, and other times I'll get something and it's just really bad.
Just a big old pile of dog poo.
So I would say either an E or a D tier.
I would say let's go E.
Okay.
Because it's not as good as Arby's.
Now we have Chick-fil-A.
Oof.
They might be the only one to hit the S tier.
I wasn't even going to try and argue. I was just going to say S.
Purely for that customer service.
Customer service, speed, quality of food, consistency.
They're one of the few fast foods that you'll eat there and you don't feel like garbage after eating it.
And their breakfast is phenomenal.
I haven't had their breakfast.
Oh my gosh, dude. You can get a breakfast burrito with the chicken inside the breakfast burrito.
Yeah, they sell burritos?
Breakfast burritos. They're good. And they have this jalapeno salsa. Oh, get out of town. Get out of town. Get on a trip.
And I mean, their fries are tasty. Yeah. And I feel like they give you just enough. Not an overbearing amount of fries and not too little.
Their business practices are off the charts. I mean, if we're really going to talk about it. They close on Sundays and give everybody a chance to celebrate the Lord's Day. Got to hit yourself some church. You can't find many businesses that do that.
It is cool to think that, you work at a place that has a guaranteed day off.
Well, also, I mean, if you work there, chances are you're going to work there with fellow like-minded people. That's not a restaurant that you go to that you find many people that are like rude and you eat like okay. No, I'm not going to speak on it.
So do we feel good about giving Chick-fil-A the S
all
tier?
The way. Yeah, S all the way. That's superb tier.
Now we have Chipotle.
I have a vested interest in this. Not an interest, a vested disinterest because I used to work there. Are we factoring out all of that?
if you want to talk about it, we can. I have an idea of where I want to place this. I actually had that today.
Did you really?
I did.
Yeah. Let me guess. It was a bowl.
Yeah.
Brown rice, pinto beans,
You know the meal.
chicken.
And then, mild and medium on the sauce.
Mild and medium,
And sprinkle
yeah.
that cheese to top it off.
Cheese. You got to do it to him, bro.
My ranking for Chipotle, without a doubt, is a C.
Wow. Really?
They're always consistent. Have you ever had a Chipotle and it tastes any different?
I'm thinking that you're going as low as a C. I was thinking at least an A.
Really?
Yeah. Chipotle to me, regardless of my work experience, Chipotle has always been one of those places. Like, you only go to the one over here?
I've been to a few other ones, but that's the main
Hit the one over off of Chocolove. Let me tell you. So the manager, his name is Russell. And
I'm listening.
yeah, his name is Russell. And he is, like, recipes and systems wise, probably one of the best people I know at that company. So the food is much better than the one over here. I will not name names, but I'm just going to say the one over here. There is a consistent, sometimes they're a little slow, and I know that that's a little bit farther away for you specifically, but I'm telling you.
Well, it depends. If I'm coming back from school, I pass by there. So
yeah, if you're coming back from school, you should stop in there one time, because the difference, let me tell you the difference that you'll notice that I'm going to point out to you, the cilantro and the rice. So if you go and you see bright green cilantro versus the dark green cilantro, then you know that that meal was prepared correctly and the food was prepared correctly. The cilantro is the key, because the cilantro is the first thing that the grill person does in the morning.
Okay.
And so when you do the cilantro in the morning and you get it all looking nice and it's all green, that means that person knows exactly what they're doing, because it's hard to get the cilantro that way. So I'm saying Chipotle is an A at least.
I'll meet you halfway and put B.
Okay, fair enough. Gosh, can't believe you said C.
Well, it's just, okay, my thing is, as a Mexican, there are far better Mexican food places. However, I go to Chipotle strictly because of efficiency and just convenience. I live really close to one. They treat me really well. I got a free meal there one time.
Yeah, they recognize you because they know you're my friend. Like Amber, if Amber's there, she'll take care of you.
Yeah, and so, the staff, has been very generous to me.
Right.
And it's always, like, consistent, and it always, fills me enough. Like I said, I'll always prefer, homemade Mexican food, but this is just a good, quick and easy substitute for when I'm feeling lazy and not wanting to make my own food.
I don't think that Chipotle should be considered Mexican food.
Well, the subtitle is Mexican Grill. So.
Well, right, but I'm just saying, like, and it is Mexican dishes: rice, beans, meat, salsas, sour cream, cheese, guacamole, chips. However, I just, the way that it's prepared is more American. Like, the seasoning is more American than the then I would consider traditional Mexican food.
There's definitely a formula
I'm with
to
you,
it.
because if we're talking, like, if I'm gonna say, hey, let's go get some Mexican food. If I'm like, what are you feeling? You're like, I'm feeling some authentic Mexican food. I'm hitting, like, the most hole in the wall, run down Mexican joint
or a food truck.
Or food truck, dude. I went to a food truck and they were like, I'm pretty sure that they were closed, and then they opened just because that we were the only customer, and they gave us 3 burritos and a quesadilla for $15. It was out of control. That's the kind of place I'm hitting for authentic Mexican food.
Right.
There's this guy, Jeremy Young, my friend. Him and I, when he says, I'm feeling Mexican food, and he takes you, or I found a new Mexican restaurant, or like a new taco truck or something like that, he'll take you to the spots that hit. Don Pedro's down at Salem. Oh, there's some places down at Salem that have some good Mexican food. Yeah.
Or, come over.
Or just come over to your house and have your mama make me something. Lucy! Right. Hook it up with the food, though.
So next, we have Domino's.
F. I did it to him. That's right.
I'm going to say E.
Why?
I used to be a big fan of Domino's. Like, we're talking 2008 and before. Basically, when they switched their recipe to, like, you know what I'm talking about? They had that big viral campaign that people were complaining about the recipe for pizza. So And when they changed that, I got off the Domino's forever.
Huh.
So
I don't remember that.
I still latch onto their old recipe, and to me, that was my favorite.
See, I never liked Domino's. There was a time in Ohio where I believe we had Domino's, and it was just, ugh. It just put a sour taste in my mouth, and I was like 11. And ever since then, I've never been a fan. If we want to rank the pizzas individually, I'm like, if we want to go ahead and say like, okay, we're gonna categorize the pizzas differently than the rest of the Mexican place or rest of the fast food restaurants, I think that would be a better guess. Because I don't really compare like Domino's and Pizza Hut to Papa John's. Papa John's to me is like S tier of pizza, but I wouldn't consider Papa John's to have better food than Chick-fil-A. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but these are just going off chains. I'm going to agree, and we're going to put Domino's at that F.
Yeah, because I especially once they changed, like I don't think that they ever recovered from that truly.
There's people that like it.
Yeah, there are people that like it, but if you notice, you started to see way more business for Papa John's around that time.
Yeah,
that's when I discovered Papa John's.
And they went with like the garlic bread for the crust, and I'm just like, this is fine if you're wanting that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's just almost too much.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You're trying too hard on the other direction.
Yeah, they missed what made them good.
All right,
Dairy Queen, without a doubt, F.
Okay, food.
Yes,
I agree. Without a doubt, F for sure.
I don't eat their ice creams there.
The Blizzards
that often.
Okay, the Blizzards though,
they're good.
They're good.
But everything else, okay.
Everything else? Well, chicken strip basket's actually pretty good.
Think about every time you go into a Dairy Queen's, they always look just kind of sketch.
Every time I walk into a Dairy Queen, I feel like I'm about to get mugged. But then, like, they're going to ask me, because it's going to be the people working there. Like, it'll be like, hey, do you want any Reese's Pieces with that? Also, I want your wallet and your keys. Give me your car.
Like, I think I can maybe count on my hand maybe like 2 times that I've dined in a Dairy Queen and I felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
And in the drive-through situation, it's got the weird system of like you go around the building and not like, they don't have like a proper drive-through designated as like a McDonald's would. And that bothers me.
Well, it depends on which one you go to. I mean, that could be said. That's not really like a good argument. Because, I mean, if you go to a Dairy Queen that has a drive-thru, are you talking just the one over off of 4th Plain?
No, I don't think the one on Mill Plain has it either.
Yeah, because the one on 4th Plain has a drive-thru window. It's just like 10 feet from the road. So
without a doubt, Dairy Queen's getting an F.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not trying to argue for Dairy Queen.
All right, next we have
Five Guys.
This is Five Guys.
Okay.
I feel comfortable giving it an A or an S.
I agree. I'm saying A.
A?
I wouldn't say necessarily. Well,
it's almost a little too expensive.
Yes, that is my one thing, is that it is too expensive. However, one thing I do like about Five Guys is if you really wanted to spend $60 on a burger, you could get 8 patties on that thing. You can add as many patties as you want.
The portions that they give you for the fries is always nice.
Top tier. And the Cajun fries?
And they're just like, oh, we're just going to fill up the bag.
I'm just going to fill up the bag.
With fries.
Wait, I'm sorry. What type of bag? Oh, this is a lunch, like a brown paper sack. Oh, cool. Thanks. And then it's always greasy, and so then the fries fall through the bottom because they're so greasy, but they're so delicious. All right.
So next,
we've arrived.
We've arrived at In-N-Out.
I'm about to anger a lot of people.
For me, I would say In-N-Out A or B on the tier.
All right, I'm gonna have to give this one to you because I'm gonna say E or F.
An F.
I genuinely believe that In-N-Out is overrated. I highly overrated. There are much better places to get a burger and fries. Yes, the value is good, and they give you a crap ton of food. And the funny thing about In-N-Out is that they know what they're doing. Like, Tom Segura has a really funny bit. He's like, I prefer my shame straight up. I prefer my shame given to me like In-N-Out does. Where you go to In-N-Out and they ask you in the drive-thru, are you going to be eating in your car today? Like, that question stings. Are you going to be eating in your car today? And then you wonder, wait, am I living in my car? Why am I eating in my car? Like, that's Tom Segura joke. It's funny. I feel bad sometimes because there are people, especially people at my church, that are just all for
diehard In-N-Out.
diehard In-N-Out fans, and they're the kinds of people. Have you ever met the people that are like, oh, you don't like In-N-Out? Well, like we can't be friends anymore. Yeah. I'm that person with other things, not In-N-Out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So here's my thing for In-N-Out. You know, the last time I had it was when I was in Vegas back in 2017, and man, that line was huge. Popping out through the door, they busted through that within like 5 to 10 minutes. So the speed of the crew, gotta give it to them. And then also, you can get, you know, a double, fries, and a shake for like $8. You can't beat those prices. A Chipotle burrito is like $7.
Yeah.
Just for the burrito.
Yeah.
So if we're talking value, I think In-N-Out hits it good. Taste wise, I think they're pretty good. You know, not the best burger I've had, but I think, you know, they're a good burger. So I'm gonna give In-N-Out an A.
Okay. All right. Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Crack.
See, late night Jack in the Box, they market it to stoners. Their late night munchie meal. Have you seen the munchie box? It's like the Taco Bell $5 box, but instead of the Cinna Twists, they just fill the box with fries. So like it's like your fries and then food and then close the box.
They're just throwing stuff in.
They're literally, I'm telling you, they market it specifically for people who are stoned. It's called the Munchie Deal or the Munchie Box of some kind, and I'm telling you. I just had my family got me Jack in the Box like a couple days ago. And I was like, wow.
Their curly fries are pretty good.
Curly fries are good. They're tacos. Have you ever had the Jack in the Box tacos?
Yeah.
High tier. High class.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I like the crunchy shell. I'm not saying that they're like authentic Mexican tacos. Street tacos, best Jack in the Box tacos all day long. But for specifically what they are, pretty good.
Is Jack in the Box that place where they also have like that sub mini restaurant that's like...
No, that's Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. has the green burrito.
Okay.
That's Carl's Jr. That's their like Mexican branch.
I always see them next to each other, so I always get them mixed up.
It's the same restaurant. I mean, Carl's Jr. just has a menu for the green burrito. Like
no, I'm saying you can usually find like a Carl's Jr. next to a Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box, yeah.
Usually, I wonder if that's by design.
Maybe. I don't know, man. I'm going to say Jack in the Box is a C.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah. It's better than Burger King, but it's not quite. I mean, you could even say B, but there's lots of good places on this list, so
yeah,
there's a lot of restaurants left.
Yeah, we are down to maybe 12. All right.
No, you're a horrible count.
I will like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm not that bad.
No, that's true. All right. Yeah, I just over the last couple of weeks, your numbers and your numbers and time.
Well deserving of an F tier.
What is time? Time is a construct.
KFC. I have problems with KFC.
I could agree.
I feel good about giving them either an E or F rank.
I would say an E.
The only thing that makes it go up to an E
Mashed
is the
potatoes.
KFC in Japan.
Well, that too.
If we're talking international, we
have to reevaluate this list. We haven't experienced any of these restaurants internationally.
We had McDonald's.
We had McDonald's, and it was so good.
Yeah. So that's the only reason why KFC isn't complete.
Well, their mashed potatoes are good. I mean, you have to admit their mashed potatoes and gravy are delicious.
They're fine.
The chicken, though, I'm not a fan. I think Popeye's chicken is better.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, without a doubt. So I would say an E, because, I mean, the mashed potatoes are kind of the redeeming factor there.
Have you seen their, social media presence lately?
No.
I don't know what's going on over there. They got...
Looks like it's run by a bunch of monkeys.
It's just I don't know. They're trying to be, forcibly hip and, memey, if that makes sense?
Yeah.
And it's just let that come naturally. When I see the Colonel, I'm not thinking about viral memes. I'm just thinking about the Colonel.
Well, I wonder if they're trying to salvage racism, where they're trying to be like, hey, the Colonel does not stand for a plantation owner. He stands for a hip, cool guy that's hip and jive.
I think they have currently like a woman plays the colonel in like their marketing.
Really?
And I don't know why, and I haven't looked at it in too much. That doesn't bother me. It's just kind of like I'm not really sure what you guys are doing.
And this is something that I'm just going to go on a mini tirade, and then we'll be back to the list. It doesn't bother me that a woman is playing the colonel. It bothers me the reason why. Because we are in this state of a constant shoving down your throat of equality, that we are changing fundamental institutions that don't need to be changed.
The thing is, though, they're not like, it's not a woman colonel. It's a girl who's playing the colonel, and she has like a beard and everything too. So, like I said, I don't know.
But to me, to me, what it seems is that there are executives that run their advertisement that are like, we need to portray more women playing the colonel because it's been a man for too long. It's time for the women to step in. That's my humble opinion. I have no idea if that's what's going on, but that's what it seems to me. And I think that the problem is that the push for this so hard is causing the reaction that some people are getting. The Marvel Endgame scene, for instance. We haven't even talked about this, so we need to get into this in a second. But Endgame.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes. So let me just give you my thing,
and I'll combat it.
Be real fast.
I'm ready for it.
Because you have Hawkeye picks up the glove, runs with it, no problem. Spider-Man picks up the glove, runs with it, no problem.
Massive
Black Panther. Oh, I don't care. Black Panther. It's out by now. If you've seen it, great, and if not, don't listen to the podcast. Black Panther picks it up, glove, runs with it, no problem. Spider-Man drops the glove. Captain Marvel goes to pick it up, and he's like,
a kid.
"Oh my, well, okay, that's fine," but he still did it on his own. And then Captain Marvel picks it up, and he goes, "Oh, well, you're gonna need some help with that." And then 9 people rush to her help, and then then she has 9 people, which 5 seconds previous, Captain Marvel just blew through a ship, like head first, just blew through a ship. So why does the most quote unquote powerful hero in the MCU need 9 people to back her up?
Do you know what that scene's a reference to?
If it's to the women Avengers, it's incorrect.
It's a reference to... Well, it's a little fan service to A-Force, which is the Avengers team led by Captain Marvel.
But the whole team is not the same people.
But it's just like kind of like a little wink.
Well, okay, but...
It's not... I'm telling you, it's not what you think it is. I looked into it because I was curious. I thought it was a really cool scene.
I did too. I was like, that's awesome that they have the backup. But to me, it felt pandering. And there are even women that are posting on, like, you know, forums and things like that are like upset because it's like you're supposed to show a woman. If anything, all the guys should have had to help each other and rally, and then Captain Marvel should have grabbed it and ran with it on her own and beast moded it. Because if what they're really trying to portray is women empowered, then having 9 women come to help the one woman, she should be empowered enough to do it on her own.
I think if they went with the route of, oh, here comes Captain Marvel to save the day, it would have... I think that would have upset more people just because it would have been like, oh, the boys aren't strong enough. And so, like, I think the way they went about it was fine. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it. That's like a prime example. I liked the movie overall. There's not many scenes that I didn't like in that movie. So let's finish the list and we'll talk about it.
We'll talk.
KFC E. We got to get back on track. KFC E.
McDonald's.
I'm saying a C. Nah, D.
Their breakfast is their saving grace.
Yeah, but
I don't care about for their burgers. I think their fries suck.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of their fries, and their chicken nuggets are garbage. Anyone that likes McDonald's chicken nuggets, stop listening to the podcast, okay?
I've never craved McDonald's. Like, when I'm thinking of like, okay, gotta get some fast food, I'm on the road, I'm never like, yeah, let's stop at McDonald's. Unless it's breakfast.
McDonald's is like the last ditch when it's like 4 a.m. and you're coming home and there's nothing open.
So you're gonna say D?
I'm gonna say D.
I'm gonna allow that.
Yeah.
Panda Express.
I like Panda. I'd say B. C or a B at least.
I'll let you take this one just because I haven't had a whole lot of Panda.
Okay. So I would say B. Panda's pretty good. Consistent. It's very consistent.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. We come to the one and only Papa John's.
Papa John's is God tier to me.
Really?
I would never compare anything to actual God, but like if we're talking the God of fast food, like a myth God, like a Greek myth, then yeah, he's S for sure. The Papa, The garlic butter that comes with the crust.
Do you know that Shaquille O'Neal is now the new face of Papa John's?
That's cool, dude. Shaq is hilarious.
And you know, he has his own pizza.
That's amazing.
You want to know what it's called?
The slam dunk?
The Shaq-a-roni.
Nice. The Shaq-a-roni?
The Shaq-a-roni.
That sounds awesome.
I mean, it's got other. I honestly don't know what it has on it.
At least has pepperoni. If it doesn't have pepperoni, that's an entirely large misdirection.
I think it's like a meat kind of.
Yeah, all meats pizza. It's probably got like a size 13 sausage on it or something. Because it's size 13 foot.
Yeah.
Or no, he wears like a 26 or something outrageous.
So you're thinking Papa John's S tier?
S tier for sure.
I think A tier for me.
Okay.
I think they're a solid pizza. I'm never like blown away, but it's consistent.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we should reserve the S tier for the true.
The magnum opus.
Yeah, the magnum opus. That's a good.
So A tier for
nice
Papa
job.
John's. Pizza Hut.
Where's the hut?
What?
Where's the red roof?
Oh, did they took that out, right?
They've been taking it out.
It's because I guess I never see Pizza Huts around.
You never see Pizza Huts around, but if you do, they don't have the red roof anymore, and that's a huge letdown because it's still in their logo. It's still in their
in their brand.
In their branding. It's the big red hat.
Yeah, in the early 2000s, you used to be able to identify
you used to be
those.
Identify a Pizza Hut from a quarter mile. No, that's longer. That's a Napoleon Dynamite reference.
So how do you feel about the actual pizza itself?
I haven't had Pizza Hut in a long time, to be honest.
I feel like it's too much.
I don't know. I would say E for sure.
I think their pizza's like too thick.
I honestly, I haven't eaten that.
I feel sluggish after. I haven't had it in a few years, but
I'm going to resort this one to your judgment.
I'm going to go with E right next to Carl's Jr. and KFC.
Okay.
Oh, now we got Popeyes.
See, Popeyes, I wouldn't say any higher than a B. Because, like Dairy Queen, I haven't walked into a Popeyes and felt safe. So, I mean...
I saw a post recently that was like, why is it that whenever you go to a Popeyes, the workers are always angry, but you still feel like you want to go there because the food's good? So you just kind of put up with it.
Well, I don't want to put it too high.
Sure.
It's good food. The biscuits and the honey. Oh, all this talk of fast food, by the way, I'm super hungry now.
I'm not hungry because I just ate.
I had dinner tonight, too. I had a wonderful dinner.
Popeyes, the biscuits alone, guaranteed a spot above C.
Okay. So, B?
Yeah, I'm going to say B tier for Popeyes.
Okay.
Would you ever drink, or would you ever eat Popeyes biscuit without water?
No.
Is that a death sentence?
That's a death sentence. That's like, it's like, have you ever wanted to recreate the Sahara Desert in any condition? Just eat a biscuit without any water.
One bite or
one bite?
Oh God,
it's one bite. You take one. You take a nibble and it like grabs onto your tongue like venom and just squeezes the moisture out of it. It's like a sham wow.
The recipe's insane for that because it's just like, that's a consistent biscuit.
It's a consistent biscuit and it's consistently dry, but if you throw some honey on there and then suck some water down, whew, you're in heaven.
So next up we got Sonic.
F. Low quality food.
It's pretty cheap.
That's why. You get what you pay for.
Now, their slushies.
Slushies and the ices. Or not ices, but the slushies and the limeades. Like cherry limeade. Did you know that you can get nerds added to that junk?
I did not know
that. It's delicious.
They're pretty low tier. Although I don't feel comfortable giving them the same ranking as Dairy Queen.
Oh, okay.
So
accurate.
I would say E.
Accurate. D. Subway.
Subway D?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a fan of Subway.
Quiznos is better.
Quiznos is better. To me, Subway, and then especially after you find out about Jared, it's like, well, come on, guy.
They haven't gotten a new spokesperson.
No, how can you recover from that?
You can't.
Hey, your brand is known for pedophiles. No, I'm cool. I'm cool in that.
Like we just need
to
sweep.
Yeah,
Jared.
We're gonna sweep that under the rug
forever.
Let him do what he's gonna do. So I would say,
I would feel fine with giving them a D.
Okay, that's fair.
Of the times I've had Subway, it's consistent. It's one of those places that like you eat and you don't feel like crap after eating it, and they're just fine. So D for Subway.
All right.
We're getting a lot of. It's pretty evened out, except for the S tier.
Well, S tier. I mean, now Taco Bell is one of those. I love Taco Bell.
I have problems with Taco Bell.
I bet you do. But that's the same way that you have problems with Chipotle.
No.
Oh.
I have different problems for
Let's
Taco Bell. I have problems with them constantly changing out their menu. And I mean, there's special items.
Yeah.
There's special items that they like phase in and out. I wish they're the best ones and they never keep them.
They take 4 ingredients and then they mix those 4 ingredients in like a different way. Hi, have the loaded nacho taco. Have the taco noted that's nacho. Have the like I mean like it's the same thing all the time.
Well, I mean like their beefy crunch burrito with the hot Fritos.
Bring it back.
A tier.
Bring it back.
That is an A tier.
Stop taking that away.
And then the remember those like chicken chips, whatever they had?
Yeah, those are pretty good too. Yeah.
And then they just got rid of the fries. They got rid of those, and I'm just like, dude, please stop taking these.
They only have it for like 2 days.
They'll have it for like a month, I feel,
and then they pull it away.
I always feel like Bozo the Clown whenever I roll up in the drive-thru. I'm like, hey, do you guys still have that? Insert food here, and they're like, oh no, we just stopped carrying that yesterday. I'm like, there's no way it was just that convenient.
No, they probably just didn't want to help you. I would say
they're probably saving it for themselves.
Yeah, I have reserve on this. I would say
A. I am going to allow the A. It's I really don't explore too much on Taco Bell's menu. I play it pretty safe just because like I am the stuff that they do make, I'm never really that interested in. And they're like their core menu. It just seems like a little too much for me.
Beefy 5-layer burrito, just the beef and beans. Add red sauce, get it grilled.
But the like Doritos Loco Taco was some good stuff.
Yeah. Cool Ranch Dorito tacos are good too.
So A tier for Taco Bell.
What are your thoughts on Wendy's?
I love me some Wendy's.
I'm gonna say S.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say S. I mean, Wendy's consistent. Fries amazing.
Fries are pretty good.
Have you ever had the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's?
That's what I always get.
No way.
Yeah.
Fist bump, bro. That's awesome.
That's that number 6.
Yeah, that number 6. No tomatoes.
I get no mayo, but
okay. Yeah, it's still good though. I'm gonna say S.
If there was a S plus, it would be for them adding back the spicy nuggets. I'm really upset.
Again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. In my opinion, the spicy nuggets were
the nuggets.
The nuggets. I'm so I felt really horrible about myself. I had Wendy's a couple weeks ago, and I got chicken nuggets in the spicy chicken sandwich, and then I put the chicken nuggets on the sandwich on the sandwich, and I just ate it. And I was like, I feel pretty horrible about myself. It was delicious though, I have to admit.
Their prices are good. You get like 2 chicken sandwiches if you just want to play it safe for
their
like
$4 goodie bag box or whatever those things are.
I think the $4 meal.
4 for $4, and then they have the $5 biggie box. Ugh. So good. Yeah, I'm saying S for sure.
They have good lemonade too. Actually, right now they're doing a Twitter campaign to bring back the spicy nuggets.
Nice.
They said if this tweet gets over 1 million or 2 million favorites or likes, they'll bring it back.
Do it.
And so I had to do my part in the effort.
Of course. If I was live on Twitter, I would do it. So
S tier for Wendy's.
And we've come to the finale.
White Castle, I have never had, so I can't speak on it.
I'm saying F. White Castle's trash.
Have you had it?
Yeah. Yeah, they had them in Ohio.
Not a fan?
Not a fan.
How are those little, slide burgers?
They're not good. They're you can go and buy the slider frozen burgers at any Safeway or Fred Meyer.
And it's the same.
And it's the exact same thing. They just throw a little bit more cheese on there. It's gross, dude. Gross.
The movie Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle made it look really appealing.
Well, I think that and did you see how much food they ordered?
Well,
hi, I'd like 1,600 burgers and 42 sodas. No. You have to get that much food to be full. It's low. I'm saying F for sure.
F tier for White Castle. So here is our fast food tier list. On the video, I might screenshot this and
insert.
But I feel fine with this. I notice, there's a lot of balance here. It's not like just one thing is reigning champ in like a certain tier. Now, if we compare that to the video that I'm seeing it from, I'll mute the audio. He goes on. That's a weird shot.
Wow.
Like, look at that list. 5 guys for S tier, In-N-Out A, Little Caesars A, which is surprising. And, I think everyone's in agreement that Dairy Queen just kind of sucks.
Yeah, Dairy Queen. What surprises me is his pick for Chipotle. That he put Chipotle, Jack in the Box, KFC, and Sonic all in the same category at a C. But then look at the B category. You got Chick-fil-A, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Wendy's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Different strokes for different folks.
I don't care. You know what? I don't care. See how many cares I give? 0. Count them. Backwards in your head, 0 cares given. Wow. That's a great video description.
Nearly 3 million views.
Yeah, boys got to do what he got to do, though.
Yeah.
iDubbbz TV. So does he just like rank things? What is
No,
it?
he mainly does like skits and stuff.
Huh.
This is just something he decided to do. His main reasons for this is because he said he just loves seeing tier lists pop up on Twitter.
Yeah.
I would love to do this again with either cereal. I have some opinions on cereal.
Cereal, dude.
And Frito-Lay's chips.
I don't think there's enough.
There's 6. And it's just, I would do it ordered based on best to worst. Because if you order that snack pack Frito-Lay box...
There is an order in which you eat those chips.
Well, they say on the side of the box, like, rank these chips. And I've asked people this, and I feel like, without a doubt, Lay's is the definitive chip.
Ooh, I don't know, dude. I disagree. Wholeheartedly. I say barbecue Lays.
Oh, no.
Yeah, dude.
There's no way you could replace the original.
But yes,
the original doesn't exist. Or barbecue doesn't exist without the original.
Well, okay, fair enough. But
like no
sometimes
without Spider-Man.
What about the original iPhone? Would you say that you would go back to the original iPhone? No, you like the iPhone version that's better.
I mean, that's an upgrade. That's an upgrade.
No, that's the same chip.
That would be okay. It
got upgraded with barbecue flavor.
Apple isn't still continually making like an iPhone 4 revamped. They just ditched that old stuff and they just keep making new stuff.
But if they did, are you telling me that you would buy the iPhone 4 if it came out?
Like an iPhone 4X?
Yeah.
I like the size of the iPhone.
If they kept everything the same from the original iPhone and sold that, and they were like, if you want to be stuck in the early 90s, late, no. When did the iPhone come out? I'm horrible. Like 2004?
I want to say 2005 or 6. Definitely middle school.
Yeah, we were young, for sure. When did the iPhone come out? 2007.
So we were both
horribly wrong.
I remember it being middle school, so like the year Halo 3 came out.
Yeah, that was 2 years before we hit high school.
It's a good year.
Yeah, it's a good year. All right. So this is where I should have said spoiler warning earlier, and I apologize. Endgame. Thoughts from the start.
From the jump?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought it was really well paced. I definitely felt the 3 hours.
I did, but I didn't. I was cognizant of the 3 hours for sure. But at the same time, I also knew that we were coming up on a period where it was like, once the movie got to its climax, basically the final.
I was like, I don't want this to end.
But it was an hour. It was over an hour.
Yeah.
The last chapter of the movie, the end of the movie.
The third act.
Was an hour. And, and it was like, from start, geez, when 2014 Thanos comes in, it's just on like Donkey Kong at dawn, dog.
You notice he has like a buzz cut? Like he isn't fully bald.
It was weird. It was hard to tell because of his armor. Because he was wearing the armor that we didn't get a whole lot of when he goes in Infinity War.
Well, he wears it for like 15 minutes
seconds.
After he pieces up the Hulk and then takes it off.
Once he pieces up the Hulk, it's like... And that, again, once you're the Hulk and you get pieced up like that. And I also had a little problem with Professor Hulk.
I liked it.
I liked it. I just wish that they would have explored it a little bit more.
You mean more screen time with Professor
Well, no.
Hulk?
Like, what? How did he do it? Like, just even a throwaway line. All they say was, "Oh, we learned to coexist." But what does that transformation look like? At least something. Is it? I don't know.
I mean, they briefly touch up on it because they're like, "Oh, this whole time I've been treating the Hulk as like the beast and the problem, but you know, I just kind of like let it out." I would have liked to not see because that's hard to like.
Yeah, I didn't need an actual like cutaway scene.
Yeah, I guess just maybe a little bit more explaining. But I liked him, and I thought it was. Really
I did
funny.
too. I thought it was funny, and I thought in the moments that needed the most levity, the humor really provided that.
It would have been nice to see Hulk piece somebody up.
Well, and that's another thing. I mean, he is supposed to be, you know, the problem with Professor Hulk, in my opinion, is that there isn't that untapped rage. So I don't think he is as powerful as just the Hulk. But again, you know, with that kind of conversation that you have with yourself as the Hulk, that might have come out that, you know, okay, there are certain limits, but then you are, as Bruce Banner, still capable of getting angry. And when he finds out that Black Widow's dead, all he does is throw a bench. I mean,
does he?
He just throws a bench.
No.
He finds out and just chucks a bench. And I thought that they were like in love with each other.
I mean, they like alluded to it,
or at least had
the second Avengers
feelings for each other. I mean,
like Black Widow's the one that calms Hulk down to like come back to Bruce mode. It's like how they kind of like treat that little arc between them. Yeah, you definitely would have thought he maybe would channel some inner rage.
I thought that at least, and you know, it was cool. I'm glad that he was the one that brought everyone back.
He's strong enough to make that snap.
Yeah.
And survive it.
Yeah, and survive it. And then I also wish that they would have pulled a Game of Thrones and killed off more characters.
I'm surprised they didn't kill off more, but the ones that they did, I felt were impactful.
Yeah. Run me through who died again. Tony Stark for sure.
Black Widow.
And Black Widow. Yeah.
The Black Widow one is a little interesting just because she's getting her own movie. So unless they make a
it's
prequel...
It's gonna be a prequel. That's what the whole thing is. Is that when her movie's gonna be her origin story. But I think that and that's another problem that I have with the scene with Captain Marvel. I don't think that they gave enough effort to developing these characters. And this is something that's bad on Marvel. Because they have spent all of their time, they've spent a lot of time developing these men characters, and
they each got their own movie.
Most of them have gotten their own standalone movies, and then just when Scarlett Johansson is going to get her own standalone as Black Widow, they kill her character off. But they've given no other big story development to any of those characters. Pepper Potts was only supposed to ever be rescue. Like, she didn't even have offensive capabilities in her armor in the comics. She was only a rescue character.
Right.
And so, you know, there are certain characters that I felt they should have developed more, which is why I felt the scene was just pandering. But
I mean, at that point, when there's so many characters, it's kind of hard to give everyone their screen time.
I agree. And I'm not, you know, again, I'm not even asking for it. You know, they developed certain characters. Pepper Potts did have a lot of development, even though she didn't have her own standalone movie, which is something that they could have done. Valkyrie, I think, is a dope character, and
She's really cool.
They did her well in Thor Ragnarok. I think that she had enough development to the point where you kind of understand her motives, and when Thor gives her the new Asgard, and is like, "You're gonna run this," basically.
Yeah, I wonder what Thor is gonna do next.
Well, I hope that Thor goes with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
That would be the really good.
That's a good combo because you have these like Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's another cool thing that I'm excited for coming up is the cosmic. Like the characters that they have left are more cosmic scale characters. Captain Marvel. Thor, Guardians of the Galaxy,
Adam Warlock.
You have these characters that are on a cosmic level, which I think is also going to prepare for some more. And then with X-Men, you know, the Fox deal and things like that, you're going to start seeing these big baddies that are going to be on cosmic scales. They have to top Thanos. How do you top Thanos, who wiped out half the world, you know, half the galaxy's population?
Yeah, I would like to see Nova from the Nova Corps. So the Nova Corps exists already in the MCU, but
yeah, they briefly threw it away, didn't they?
Well, so that's the planet Xandar where they exist, but then Thanos. I mean, in Infinity War, it says that he destroyed Xandar. So, but then Nova is supposed to come out of that. So
Nova's comes out of the destruction of Xandar.
He basically has like the full power of the Nova Corps, and it's super cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I would like to see that happen.
Yeah, I think that, and that's another thing too that I've said. I'm not sure how excited I'm going to be for the next phase of the Marvel franchise.
Yeah.
And I'm a strong believer, let it be known, May 6th, 2019, DC is about to hit.
May 6th?
I'm just saying today's the day, May 6th.
Oh.
I'm going to say it on record that DC is about to blow up. I think that Marvel spent their main, like their big, like section of time was the last 11 years.
Right.
And I think that DC is going to be on the come up. And I think that DC is about to hit it in the time where it matters.
But DC's had such a rocky...
They've had a rocky start, dude. But look at these look at the last 3 movies. Shazam, The Joker looks good. Shazam, Aquaman. Those movies were off the charts. They were really good.
I haven't watched Aquaman yet.
Really? I really liked it.
I've been meaning to.
I'm going
to rent it and,
It was good. I saw it. I thought it was great. I haven't seen Shazam yet, but my brother speaks so highly of it.
He's a DC guy.
He's a DC guy. Yeah, he's a DC head for sure. But at the same time, though, I also am a DC person. I prefer the DC just because of the darker nature of the shows and the comics. I feel like DC does a better job of exploring what it's like to be a hero when the heroes stop.
DC, to me, has always done better comics and like TV animated shows. Like the original Justice League cartoon show, top notch. So for me, they have always had a good presence in like comics, video games, and TV shows. Like look at Injustice.
Yeah.
What a great...
That's a good game.
Adaptation for
Well,
DC.
and I mean, you even forget about some of these unsung cartoons like Batman Beyond.
Right.
Like, that was so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I remember.
Justice.
Yeah.
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans, forget about it. And then what I also like about DC is their animated movies, like the hour and 15-minute movies that they come out with, like the Justice League War, Justice League Doom.
I like Doom a lot.
Flashpoint Paradox.
What was that? Were Batman Ninja.
Batman Ninja. Oh, I love that movie. It was so good.
Yeah.
Those and I think that with the live action stuff that DC's about to be on, they've Marvel has shown is that the team superhero movies, they work. And so if you redo Justice League with a good storyline, not do one of the comic book storylines, I'm telling you, dude. And that's another thing too that I think that we can all forget about Justice League is the multiverse theory. That's what they're doing with the Joker. The Joker, this is an adaptation of the Joker. This is not a specific...
Well, this is just like a standalone.
Well, right.
Which makes me that much more excited to go watch it.
Yeah. And I think that Justice League, if they did it with a good storyline, like I'm telling you, the Flashpoint Paradox storyline, if they were to live action do that well, it would throw DC into a whole new category. That is such a great storyline. You know which one that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where Barry Allen goes back, saves his mom, Bruce is dead. I mean, come on, dude. And then the new comics that are coming out. My brother was just showing me something. There's this, the Crisis on Infinite Earths, Crisis of Heroes. Some of these storylines are phenomenal, and they could if they can get rid of the director that directed Justice League. I'm sorry, horrible. Batman vs Superman, horrible.
Mainly Zack Snyder, and then who's the guy who directed the first Avengers?
The first Avengers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Google it.
Well, basically, he directed or finished the rest of Justice League because, like a family incident happened with Zack Snyder, so he couldn't finish doing Justice League, which is why that movie looks kind of weird.
It's like half one way and then half the other way.
Yes. So let's see, Avengers director. Joss Whedon.
Oh, yeah.
He finished up Justice League.
Well, I haven't seen it. I still have yet to see
You haven't seen Justice League?
No.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, that's what you've said.
It's really bad.
All people have every time I mention that I've never seen that I haven't seen the Justice League, they're like, sucks. Don't see it.
I watched that movie when I was getting a tattoo, and I watched like 75% of it. And I thought, there's a needle going in my arm. I can't really hear the audio. Maybe I'm not giving this movie a fair chance. I'll rewatch it at some point, or I'll finish up the last like 10 minutes that I missed, 10, 20 minutes. So then there was one night I was just looking for a movie to watch. I saw Justice League. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to finish up that movie and see how I feel about it. I made the mistake of rewatching the entire thing, regret it because it sucked.
Wow.
It's a bad movie.
Yeah, well, and that's there are comebacks, and I think that DC can make a comeback. Everyone hates on Suicide Squad. I thought Suicide Squad was a good movie. For what it was, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't like Jared Leto's Joker, but
not a fan.
I thought that it was a pretty good movie.
They're doing a soft reboot of Suicide Squad already.
Yeah, I know.
With James Gunn.
Yeah,
Guardians
of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And that's another thing too. I mean, pull some of these. The people who directed the Marvel movies aren't loyal to Marvel. It's not like you have to find a completely new director.
I mean, they might have contracts.
They might have contracts, but the contracts expire.
Yeah.
So you might be able to see Chris Evans, and I'm telling you, man, especially if DC has a good couple movies. Shazam was good, I heard, and if they do some more, like if they do, like Martian Manhunter would be a cool.
The thing is though, like I don't know, before people know about the core DC cats, like, you know, Batman, Superman, Aquaman, Green Lantern hasn't had justice done to him.
No, the Green Lantern movies was horrible. Even Ryan Reynolds hates those movies.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. The mainstream characters of the Justice League are not well known. But
did you like Wonder Woman?
I haven't seen it.
That movie, like 80% of that movie is good.
80%? Why do you say that?
The ending's trash.
Really?
Yeah.
You can spoil it for me. Go ahead.
Basically, they introduce Ares.
Oh, yeah.
The villain. And it kind of pops out of nowhere. I mean, they are alluding to Ares the entire film, and like Wonder Woman's just on this belief of like, I know he's around, you know, I'm going to follow and try and take down this person who she thinks is Ares. That person does not end up being Ares. And then this person that was originally in the film that you saw in the beginning happens to be Ares. And it's like oh, hey, here I am. And they don't do like anything cool to Ares. And he's like a really big deal character for DC and, you know, and Wonder Woman in particular.
Yeah, Wonder Woman storyline.
And he just does not look good.
They just didn't do him justice. I get it.
Yeah. And yeah, it's bad.
Wow.
The ending's bad. But the rest of the film, pretty good.
Well, and I mean, there are so many. I think that just the storylines alone. I mean, if you're going to compare storyline to storyline, I think DC holds up a lot better than Marvel. But again, I lean towards the more darker episodes. I mean, the Killing Joke is one of my favorite storylines. The way that the Joker just kind of, I mean, I've seen like there's even these like top 10 worst Joker moment videos where he like,
yeah, I've seen
those. Are cool, man. I think that some of those storylines, the audacity to go as far as they do sometimes, I think is a really it's important, I think.
Yeah.
Where you at?
We are at an hour and 3 minutes.
I mean, we can keep going if you want. Do you have more to say?
No, I think for this episode, I think we've chalked up between fast food tier list,
Avengers Endgame, and Justice League,
and a little bit of Frito-Lay action.
Yeah, Frito-Lay. Yeah. Well, this is cool. Just gonna keep doing this regularly.
Yeah, same time next week.
Listen in, and
I'm hoping to apply for iTunes podcast so that we're up on there.
That'd be cool.
Officially.
Yeah, that'd be cool. At that point, I think we should start. I mean, if you're feeling comfortable with this, start posting about it on social media if you want. Yeah,
I've been meaning to do it. I just am like looking for the right time and make sure that like I have the graphics all good to go and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because like as I said, for the amount of views that have happened for it not being shared at all and just kind of amongst close friends, I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That this amount
I sent it to Gabby. Apparently, Gabby's going to listen to our second episode.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I've been getting good feedback. I've been told that, like, by a few friends, are like, oh, you have a good voice for that kind of thing. Yeah. I don't think so because I don't like my voice.
Right.
But, I'm getting to learn to...
Yeah, Germ said it was funny. Germ said that he actually was, like, laughing when he was listening to it.
It was probably because of my bad...
Your bad time?
My bad construct of time.
I think it was 100 years ago? No, I don't think so. But yeah, let's keep doing this, man, and let's see what happens. You know?
Yeah, this is fun.
It'll be fun. All right, bro. See you
All
next
right.
week.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Woo!
Woo!